Good evening, everyone. This is not the way I wanted to start off this week's podcast, but it seemed like the only way to do so. If you haven't heard the news, unfortunately, about a couple hours ago, we found out that Wyndham Rotunda, aka Bray Wyatt of the WWE, has unexpectedly passed away. Obviously, this isn't the only passing of the week. We lost Terry Funk the other day as well. And our thoughts and prayers go out to the families of Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt during these hard times. And we're going to honor Bray in the way we know how and give him a 10-bell salute before we start off tonight's episode. So please join us in this 10-bell salute for Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt. We love you, Bray. Rest in peace.
You're listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. Make yourself famous. A podcast covering all things WWE.
I have now returned to save the WWE.
NXT.
The beautiful part of NXT is that when one dream ends, another dream begins.
And AEW.
Holy wrestling. I couldn't be more happy.
Here are your hosts, Kyle Gagliardi and Jim Tucker.
And we are back. Obviously, it's not an easy way to start off this week's show. Tucky, I'll go to you first. My good friend and my co-host. You started to watch wrestling again about, 5-6 years ago, which is when Bray Wyatt was in his prime years. If you have any comments or thoughts about Bray Wyatt's passing, the floor is yours, my friend.
With Bray Wyatt, the alert to me was The Fiend. That's kind of where I got him. Not super familiar with the Wyatt family in that work prior to when I started watching, but I think when you look at him, almost a tortured spirit, right? He had ideas and visions that and he wasn't afraid to go against the grain, and that's what I'm going to remember again about Bray Wyatt was the fact that he wasn't afraid to take chances and he took some risks, and I think there's something all of us can learn in that. But keeping it short and sweet, man, I'm still dealing with is this real? Like, I know it is, but it doesn't feel like it, right? When you get shook like this. So that's kind of where I'm at. But we will cherish him for his creative spirit and the risks he took, literally risking his career with some of the decisions he made. Many people would not have the courage to try, and he certainly did.
Very well spoken there, Tuck. Ian, I know you have a few things to say. You're wearing your Bray Wyatt t-shirt. The floor is yours.
Yeah, not a lot of people know this about me. I mean, especially to the viewers. I was never like a really long time wrestling fan, but there was one guy that, I mean, even before I started watching regularly, I was watching Bray Wyatt storylines on YouTube, and he's the one that kind of dragged me into it. Stuff with Randy Orton. I mean, the whole Wyatt family was incredible stuff, and he kept it going with The Fiend. It was just, it never clicked for him in the WWE grand scope of things. It never got that giant push that we all expected. Like Tuck said, it's when stuff like this hits you and just breaks news out of nowhere, you really don't want to believe it at all. But I would hate for, especially with this podcast, it's not about mourning. I mean, we're mourning, but it's at the same time, we don't know him so closely. We just have to celebrate all he's done for us and what he's done for the industry, and just love everybody around you. You never know when things could go wrong. Never know when people could pass. So, yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah. Well said, Ian. Erica, thank you for joining us. Unexpected plans, obviously, here, but if you have any thoughts about the passing of either Terry Funk or Bray Wyatt, I'll let you speak on that as well.
Oh, this isn't really my forte.
Yeah, you don't have to if you don't want to. You could choose.
No,
not
I
to.
mean, I echo what you guys said. Both of them were sort of, I don't know, especially like Bray, just like a visionary. The Wyatt family is totally in my wheelhouse. The Fiend, like Ian said, it was having a hard time clicking, whatever the reason was. We all thought more, even in his recent resurgence, we all were kind of always rooting for him because we knew what he was capable of. And for whatever reason that it didn't work. And it's sad. It doesn't feel real. I think about, he just has 2 little babies. He's got his older daughters and JoJo and everything. It's just, you spiral when you think about it. But like you guys said, you just have to appreciate what we had. He's a legend in his own right. I know he's a legend in our eyes. And so we just, move forward, but cherish what we had.
Yeah, like I tweeted out on my personal account after I found out the news. I mean, as you guys know, I started watching wrestling in 2011, and that's really when Bray Wyatt started his career in NXT. I got to see him grow up. His the Wyatt family feud with The Shield is some of my fondest memories of Bray Wyatt, and of course, that included the late great Brody Lee as well. And I wouldn't say I'm happy in knowing that he is now at peace with Brody in another place, but that's probably not the right way of wording things. But it's just very tragic that we have lost, a huge name in the industry, somebody that has captivated us all and entertained us for the past decade. So we definitely felt like it was necessary to address that to start off this week's show. But the main reason we are here and the main reason we did bring in Erica Marini is because AEW is arguably having their biggest show in the history of the company, All In at Wembley Stadium this Sunday. I know I won't be able to catch it live. Neither will Ian. Tuck, were you going to be tuned in live, camped out in Nevada?
I've got a train wreck of a morning. I got to drive up to Reno. I'm running a race that starts at 7:30. First pitch for All In is at 10 a.m. my time. I'm gonna be getting into the door and turning it right on.
What time is it on for you over there? Sorry.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 10 a.m. So hurry up, rush. I should see it live though.
That's good. Erica, I know you always got plans going on for wrestling weekends. You guys got anything planned out for this one?
It's not me. Well, it's not me. It's everybody else to be watching with. It won't be live. So we're going to watch it later. Stay off social media so we could truly enjoy it. I realized too late. I was like, oh, this would be great. Let's get some like English snacks. No, they all ship from England and they won't be here for 2 weeks. So I thought of it too late. So I'm back in the planning stage.
You can make the homemade biscuit recipe from Ted Lasso, if that interests you. You a Ted Lasso kid?
I'm not. I thought about asking Robbie Collins for some tips.
Oh, that's what we should make the comment a little what can we make here that has
Is it just beans on toast? Is it just baked beans on toast, Robbie?
Well, Kine might be able to address that too. I'm not exactly sure where Kine is located, but they both might be able to answer that question for us.
I do actually know where Kine is located.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
why? Because you shipped him something?
Oh.
Okay. More like up Ian's butt, am I right?
Yeah, actually.
Ian, that's Ian's number one fan. Ian has fans, people. Ian's over.
I am the most over person on this podcast, and I say that in the most humble way possible.
Well, Tuck, I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if he's the most over, but Erica's on it, so Erica's probably the most over. But before we get to our all-out predictions, we will have a Google sheet. Tuck will work on that, and we'll get that tweeted out on all of our socials after this show. We have to remind the listeners, though, we have some awesome merchandise available at the onthemarkwrestlingpodcast.com.
Oh, yeah.
And not just this week, but next weekend, we're running discount codes. This code for this weekend is All In. Pretty simple. ALLIN. You will save 10% off your order. So go to the onthemarkwrestlingpodcast.com. Support the show. We would appreciate it greatly. Erica, I know you're always excited for pay-per-views. Where are we sitting? 1 through 10 for All In?
14 right now. But like that.
That's
day,
low.
Huh?
That's low for you.
It is low, but it's just because I don't know. It's a day. I don't know. Then you like look at the card and you're like, oh my god, like you could explode. So I'm getting there.
Love to hear that. It looks like there's not only one Ian Garavalia fan. Ryan Matthews is an E&G guy as well. And Robbie wants to clarify that black pudding is different gravy.
What's blood pudding?
I don't know.
Robbie, we're gonna have to show.
Tuck's not a fan.
I'm not sure.
Ouch.
Yeah, that didn't sit well with Tucky over there. Pat in the house. Pat's in our Discord as well. He said the merch is fire. He's got himself some OTM merch. So be like Pat. Go to the OnTheMarkWrestlingPodcast.com. This weekend, use code ALLIN and you will save 10%. But guys, let's get right to it. All In happening this Sunday. Like I said, the opening match on the buy-in or whatever do they call it is for the Ring of Honor tag team titles.
0 hour.
0 hour. There it is. Buy-in, I think, is for all or double or nothing. Yeah.
Am I putting this on the prediction since we know it's coming? Like we know it's happening?
Yeah. I put all these that I have on the dock right now on your predictions, Tuck, because I think these are all the ones that are going to be happening. So this is the first one, obviously. MJF and Adam Cole are teaming up to see if they can become Ring of Honor tag team champions. Tuck, I believe you are the AEW champion, so it's only fitting that you start us off here with your prediction for this opener.
Can I make a confession in this friend circle that may be publicly live streamed?
I got another
confession. Come on.
There it is.
Fire my ass up. Let's go. You know I love a good sing-song reference.
Yep.
I forgot I was the AEW champion. So I looked at
All right.
a little bit.
Congrats.
Thanks for that. B, didn't know about half the matches on this card. So this is one that I was aware of. And there's two sides to the argument. I'll lay up one of them and take that and not lay it all out and steal others' takes, which I'm really good at. Just giving like verbal diarrhea, and then everyone else is like, yep, Tuck covered it. So I'm gonna pitch my
you can go ahead. You're going first. You can say whatever you want.
I'm going Aussie Open. I think Aussie Open will win, and that will be a genesis or a sticking point to drive a wedge between Adam Cole and MJF. Weird to me. Interesting. If they win, they fight each other. I'm done. I'm going Aussie Open.
Well, it's also a risk, Ian, because these two are main eventing the show as well, and they're going on here first, tagging together.
Yeah. Either way, it could go either way, and I hate it. I mean, here's the thing I'll say about this match.
It could go either way.
It could go either way. We could win here. People are complaining about this match being even on the card, but can you guys ever remember two guys that are main eventing being on the same tag team for a tag team title? Has that ever happened? No.
I'm sure it maybe has, but we're just forgetting about it.
And
Maybe
definitely not that open and probably close the show.
Yeah, I'm excited for this match because I think it could really drive a good storyline. I really don't think they're going to pull the trigger on a heartbreak until the end of the show. I think MJF and Adam Cole has to win this because you're building up some more pressure on the main event. And in the end, I mean, it's just going to be even more heartbreak when either Adam Cole or MJF pulls the trigger on either or maybe they don't even do it this show. Maybe it's at All Out. We don't know. We're speculating things that we have no idea. So going MJF and Adam Cole here, new champs.
Interesting. Okay, Erica, is that going to influence your decision?
No, I am like, my brain is like this.
Locked in.
Ian, if you think that they win, then do you see potentially the main event ending clean and they leave and they're buds and they're champs and we have that now? Or what do you... I don't know, because I get it. We'll get to it.
We got to talk about the main event.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean,
that's fair.
I could see it either way. I see Aussie Open, who I'm probably going to go with, but then would it be fun to have MJF and Adam Cole together?
Ain't it fun?
As tag teams? Yes. Yes. Don't get me started. But I'm Aussie Open because I was really stoked that they won. I really like them. I love their matches. So I'm gonna say Aussie Open. Maybe it's just a clean win there as well. I know it does kind of seem a little funny, but
it does. And I think for a lot of these matches, you could see either side winning, but I think this one's kind of clear cut. I think Aussie Open's going to retain. I think this is where you kind of start the dissension between MJF and Adam Cole until they ultimately, one of them's going to end up turning on the other, I think, in the main event. I'm not going to say who quite yet because we're going to save that for later, but I think this is just, Aussie Open is going to get a clean victory here and, prove that Adam Cole and MJF really aren't as a cohesive of a unit as they think they are. And then you just see the cracks starting to form there. So I have Aussie Open retaining their ROH titles. Let's go to the comment section here before we move on. Robbie Collins says he feels like the hype for AEW All In is more there for UK fans than US fans. He's about a 20 out of 10. And that makes sense because you guys don't get big enough events like this.
No.
And you're getting one with 80,000 plus here on Sunday. Pat said MJF and Adam Cole are going to turn on each other and cost them the match, starting a feud. So it seems like he's on the same thought process as us. Kind said a double clothesline win would get the crowd going to start the show. Ian, is that what you foresee happening then?
I mean, the double clothesline is the most over move in pro wrestling right now. So why not use it in front of 80,000 people? I mean, they're going to hit it. If they win by it,
got to.
I don't know, but they're going to hit it. They might win with it.
Oh, I think AEW, no offense to WWE, but I feel like if this whole situation was in WWE's hand, I'd be more apt to think that they might fumble it. But I feel like I think AEW tends to do stories. I don't just ends up like working out okay. So I don't know. I'm like trusting.
You're being an optimistic wrestler. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like somehow it's going to work. It's going to be good, and I'll just be screaming.
Optimism in pro wrestling as a fan is not a common thing. So
no, it isn't.
We'll take it here. We'll be the optimistic podcast that you listen to every week. Not really. Just wait till I rant about something. I'll find something to rant about on this card, I'm sure. The next match is going to be a stadium stampede. It's going to be a fun one. Eddie Kingston, Erica's boy, the Lucha Brothers, and the Best Friends taking on the Blackpool Combat Club and the returning Santana and Ortiz. Proud and Powerful returned last night on AEW Dynamite. That was an interesting return. I was excited to see them. Ian, thoughts on this one?
All right, here's where I stand with this match. When Santana re-debuted last night, what did we hear? We heard Santana's music. There was no Ortiz on the Megatron at all. Like, there was no Proud and Powerful. There was no mention of it. No one said the name Proud and Powerful. So I think that's something to dive into later, and that's going to be one hell of a storyline for Santana and Ortiz, who have needed it for such a long time. However, I think they still need a win. If you're going to have a returning Santana, make a big deal about it. He needs to win at the next match. Going BCC and Santana and Ortiz.
Interesting. So when you started talking about Santana and Ortiz and how Ortiz wasn't shown on the Tron, I thought you were going to go with them, costing their team the match. But okay. Erica, what are you thinking for this one?
Well, is Ray Finnick still in it?
He's not.
No.
Right. So do we know who?
Nope. Mystery.
I don't think we know. Tuck, can you confirm?
I cannot. Everything I'm looking at, I'm going to keep going. Let me see if I can figure it out.
Yeah, that's fine. Erica, give us your thoughts.
This is like Eddie versus there's enough people that he's like enemies with, but this is Eddie versus at least like 3 of his former friends. It's just like it's odd that Eddie's on that side. I feel like there's something to that. I bleed for the BCC.
Me too, brother.
But I'm pulling for my man, and I hope Eddie gets another pay-per-view win. He's also got my other man, Trent, with him. So yeah, I'll just take. I don't know what the hell is going to happen in this match, but I'm going to stick with the oddball team.
Yeah, this one, I think Ian actually convinced me in the other way when he started talking about how they really didn't mention Ortiz. I think their dissension is what's going to cost them the match here. So I don't know who's going to be filling in for Ray Phoenix. Maybe they are going to be a big X factor and get the win for this side of the team here or whatever. I don't know, but this is a match where the BCC can lose, and I don't think they get harmed from it because it's not really a wrestling match. It's just let's go throughout the stadium and beat the shit out of each other. So I don't feel confident with it, but right now, as it stands, I'm going to go with Eddie, not Ray Phoenix, Penta, and the Best Friends here. Tuck.
It is confirmed that Ray Phoenix is not making the trip. Should be explained in storyline, possibly via Collision. Bleacher Report on their preview, they have Orange Cassidy, Best Friends, Eddie Kingston, Penta El Cerro, and a mystery partner versus John Moxley, Claudio, Wheeler Yuta, Santana Ortiz, and a mystery partner. Is that accurate?
I don't think that's accurate. It's 5-on-5.
I don't think it is.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 5-on-5. The last
But
time.
wait, that's 5-on-5 right now. Eddie, Penta.
Oh yeah, because if Orange Cassidy's in the match, is he in the match or no?
Oh,
this one
he's just not on the card.
Orange Cassidy, Best Friends, Eddie, Penta, Moxley, Claudio, Wheeler, Santana Ortiz, and then for both of them it says and a mystery partner.
Interesting.
Oh, Orange Cassidy.
So maybe it's 6-on-6 with the mystery. Okay.
I thought Orange Cassidy had a title match.
I didn't see anything about OC title match.
Wow. Okay.
I will tell you that. So on the original graphic, it has 6-on-6 with Penta and Ray Phoenix. It has a picture of Moxley, Yuta, Claudio, and 3 blank ones before they started filling it in. I think that might be accurate. I will tell you that AEW Fight Forever launched their Stadium Stampede mode today on console. 30 players enter the stadium in a battle royale situation. Haven't played it. Probably won't, but
probably won't either.
I thought you were about to say 30 players are going to play it on that video game.
About 30 people total. Gonna log in.
It's about how many they're gonna get because I played that game for 2 hours and I said, "See ya." That was about it. It's not good. But Tuck, I don't think you gave your prediction though for the match.
I just hope both teams have fun.
That makes sense. All right. But you're gonna have to give me something here.
Oh, I'm gonna go with let's go Orange Cassidy, Best Friends, Eddie, that group.
Yeah, feel good moment, right?
They're gonna beat the BCC, Santana Ortiz. That'll drive a wedge between them because they're not getting along. The mystery partner, that guy's gonna be crazy. Can't wait for that to happen. Wow.
Exactly. Expert analysis there from Jim Tucker. Kine says this match is going to be crazy inside of Wembley. I think BCC, Santana, and Ortiz are going to take the W, though. Fair enough. Okay. Kine said that AEW Fight Forever is absolute ass. He is not wrong. And then he also goes on to say that he completed the Road to Elite mode with Cody Rhodes and then was bored after about 3 to 5 online matches with Robbie.
The Road to Elite mode was like 2 hours long. There was nothing to it.
No,
and it was the same thing over and over again. And you had to go to dinner between every match and watch a video of this dude eat food with terrible noises. They put in the eating noise. Don't do that. It's like
they did. Just the crazy thing is they spent so much time working on this game and it came out to be that.
And it was delayed.
Like
still,
yeah. Wow.
Just
ask forever.
No. Maybe they'll get it right next time. I do have some breaking news here from Sean Ross App to give us some clarity on what happened. No, I saw he just tweeted it out or X'd it out, I guess you should say, because it's X now. He was apparently given permission to reveal that earlier this year, Wyndham Rotunda got COVID that exacerbated a heart issue, and there was a lot of positive progress going towards his recovery. Unfortunately, he suffered a heart attack, and that is how Bray Wyatt passed away. Just a terrible way to go out, especially at the age of 36. But I figured I'd share that news for people that may not have seen that quite yet. But there's our picks for the Stadium Stampede. Erica gets to start us off for this one. It hasn't been made official yet. It's going to be made official on AEW Collision.
It'll be on 0 hour.
Yep. Jack Perry, the FCW champion, taking on Hook. Erica, for the championship. Who you got?
Listen, I don't know, but I feel like I don't know. I think that if Jack Perry is going to do anything, he needs to win this match. I think that he will be so quick. Correct me if I'm wrong. I just feel like he would be quickly kind of just like forgotten about or like fall between the cracks. Tossed to the side. Yeah, lost in the shuffle. I don't know. I think that Hook I feel like Hook can come and go. He's so not neutral, but I think that he just kind of like fits anywhere and like he's his own thing. He's not trying to make himself the way that Jack Perry is. Is this him retiring the FTW belt, or did that already happen? Or that's what he's trying to do?
I don't think he is trying to do it. This is for the FTW title.
Yeah.
But didn't he say he was gonna? I don't know. Whatever. Thing is, too. Sorry to chat. The thing is,
that's what a podcast is. You're okay.
The longer he holds on to this belt, then the longer I feel like this particular feud would go because it being Hook. So maybe there is some sort of shenanigan. I'm still gonna just say Jack Perry.
I just don't like what we're getting out of Jack Perry from this heel run so far. I think he needs a mouthpiece because it's just not connecting with me. I can't get into what he's trying to, tell the audience. So I would think Hook winning would probably be more entertaining and beneficial for the story going forward. But something tells me that they're just going to keep the strap on Jack Perry. I mean, he can keep doing some more heelish stuff with other people after this with the FTW title, or he can just throw it away after defeating Hook and just say, I beat the son of the guy that made this title famous, and now it's going in the trash where it belongs. And that's how this feud ends. So I'm going to go with Jack Perry to retain the FTW title here, Tuck.
I'm joining you with the on the Jack Perry train, which is not a train many people are on currently, and I don't know that I'll be on it any longer than it takes me to say this for my predictions. Jack Perry will win. Maybe it'll be something. Probably not.
Probably not. I like the optimism there, Tuck. Ian, what you got?
I'm going Jack Perry as well, but I think the reason is I think there's more of a story to tell with this because you can get Taz more involved in it. You have old champs of FTW to get involved with it that are still wrestling. And I think, I'm not hating what Jack Perry's doing. It's just, it's the look and everything that we've already known about Jungle Boy. I feel like that's still in the back of our minds, and he needs to almost put a statement in something, in some action that he does or something he says saying that it is dead. Like I'm a different guy. I mean, in my opinion, they fumbled it by just immediately switching to this new Jack Perry. It was out of nowhere. So
it wasn't a slow burn.
No, not at all. But yeah, I think there's more of a story to tell. I think honestly, the storyline isn't big enough for Hook to win it yet.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point there. They haven't really done enough to build Hook up to make him look credible, at least in the last month, I would say. Kind said he's taking Jack Perry all day, every day, 24/7, 365. Jack Perry needs the win, and I think he's taking it. The Star Boy. And then he also goes on to say that he could retain it, then throw it inside the river. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm not going to pronounce it, which is in London. I'm going to say Thames, but it's probably wrong.
Probably Thames. I knew a boy named
That's my guess.
From England, and I thought it was Anthony, and he said no, it's Anthony, but spelled with a T. So maybe
Anthony.
Gotcha. Kind says that Ian's talking facts. Once again, Jack Perry should go bald or get a new haircut to show he's a new guy. Hey, going bald's the way to do it.
I mean, I felt
all the greats are doing it.
I felt he thought he was doing it with like the beard and the scruff, but
yeah,
just get like a forehead tat. That's just this Hollywood.
Or no regrets.
Yeah,
no regrets.
Not even one letter. Hey, Tuck, can you check your watch? I don't know what time it is. It's Tino's time, ladies and gentlemen. Tino's in the chat.
I
was so confused there.
We didn't rehearse that. We didn't practice that.
Usually you're ready for that, though.
That was not a bit. The people don't realize we do an extensive pre-tape. We go live at 5, 7, 8. We're in here 2:30, 3 o'clock, a couple hours ahead of time. That I don't see that on the doc. So I do apologize to anyone that may be offended. It's not like us, but yeah, I guess it's Tino's time. So
to be fair, you popped the audience. The confusion was unreal. We tried there, guys. You know, they're not always going to connect.
Computer clock too. Like, fuck, what time is it?
Like, what
I'm
the fuck
like,
is he talking
my watch specifically? Is there?
Only you.
about? You are wearing a watch, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See.
But it would be
seem like
weird
too
for
much
me
of a
to
big
need to look at my watch when I'm on I'm on the computer, cell phone, but like.
Moral of the story: it's Tino's time. Tino's in the chat, the former MVM of OTM. He's ready for Chris Jericho versus Will Ospreay. Ospreay's been on a tear lately, beating some of the biggest names across pro wrestling. And I think that's going to continue here. Chris Jericho's now at that point of his career where I think he's just going to be putting over younger talent. And I think Ospreay, especially since he just dropped that little hint that his contract is expiring in 6 months, may be a sign of things to come. I think Will Ospreay could be a big player in AEW going forward. And I think a win over Chris Jericho in front of 80,000 people is a step in the right direction and great for Will Ospreay's resume. So I'm going to have to go with Will Ospreay in this one, Tucky.
I am also going Will Ospreay. What a promo. Like I thought he brought the juice, you know, like I'm working in Indy the night before All In because I still have to, you know, find the money to pay for my kids and things like that. Is he actually working Indy the night before? Is that kind of like a thing?
He is, yes.
What an idiot. These fucking dumb people. Jeez. Well, that's the same. I get nervous about people getting hurt, right? Because I'm soft, like call me 10-ply Tucky. But like the two people in your main event are fighting in the pre-show of the same show. What if somebody rolls an ankle? You know?
Why? What's your
Shit happens.
No, Ospreay the night before.
Oh.
Like
he's working in Indy,
doing Will Ospreay things.
Yes.
Man, and again, he probably is because the money's good, right? And he's an athlete, an athlete. That's not how you say that.
No, that's how you say it.
He is an athlete. I tell you, I'm not a guy. So yeah, they just make me nervous. They just make me nervous. These knuckleheads, you know.
Gosh darn knuckleheads.
So hopefully he takes it easy because this is a big match for him, Ian.
Yeah, I mean, they should have been in the ring earlier. Oh, wait, no, did they did have that match. Yeah. Ospreay, I think he, like you said, he dropped that hint, and I think this is just a way of busting him into AEW. I mean, maybe he doesn't even go to AEW. Maybe it is just Jericho saying, "Hey, let's put this guy over real quick, help the guy out." Because I mean, they're gonna shove. It's gonna be an amazing match. It's Ospreay. I think it's pretty simple. Jericho's at that age where he's putting people over.
Erica, would you agree with what Ian's saying?
I think the fact that even if it wasn't at Wembley, I still think Will Ospreay will take it for every reason that you guys said. It only sticks in my mind just because I'm stubborn is that Will Ospreay saying that he would not want to move to the US, that he's happy where he's at, he's happy with Japan, but the fact that he's pointing out his contract ends in 6 months, a lot could change, a lot maybe has changed. I think it's going to be a great match. I think just him winning that just solidifies what we already know, that he's a fantastic wrestler. He puts on hell of matches. And that's it. And I saw him live one time wrestle Rocky Romero, and my credit card information got stolen, so I missed a lot of it.
Oh.
So that's where me and Will Ospreay's.
All right, go Will.
Give my credit cards back.
Next time you go to a show that Will's wrestling at, please just keep your purse close to you so nobody gets your credit card.
Wait, and then the best was when I had to call the company, and they're like, "Okay," they're going through all your recent charges, and they're like, "How about this one?" I'm like, "Nope, that's not me. Nope, that's not me." Oh, here's another one. Pro wrestling tees for $75. I was like, that was me. And they're like, okay, what about this one? Pro wrestling tees for $60. I'm like, yep, that was awesome. We're good. We're caught up.
Hand up.
We're up to
Hand
date.
up. You got me on that one. Sorry. Let's go to the chat before we move on because there is a fair share of comments here. Kind said the greatest wrestler in the world will win this, that being Will Ospreay. Definitely got to take the win, and also an Englishman inside of England. He's got to take that massive win over Chris. We all definitely agree with you there, Kind. Pat's going with Will Ospreay all the way. Kine also goes on to say that Chris Jericho is going to take the loss, bruv, as well as Will Ospreay said. Will deserves the win. Pat saying it's a no-brainer. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are on the same page here that Will Ospreay has to go over here against Chris Jericho. I'm very excited for this one. I think it's going to be a good one. So it's a clean sweep for the OTM crew. We're all going with Will to defeat Jericho. So let's move on to this match, another tag team match here, a trios match, if you will. The Golden Elite taking on Bullet Club Gold. And Tucky, you get to start things off here. Kota Ibushi, by the way, is teaming with Bullet Club Gold, if you didn't know. Not Kota Ibushi, Takeshita. Sorry. Kota Ibushi's on the Golden Elite.
Our close personal friend, Takeshita.
Correct. Yeah.
Friend of the podcast, Takeshita. I'm going Golden Elite. Just because the Raw, like Hangman, Kenny, just a group of dudes. Bullet Club Gold taking a loss is kind of not great, but I also don't think they've pushed them to become the established as the ranks of the Elite are up there. I don't even think they're at House of Black yet. There's a number of factions and groups you look at before you think of Bullet Club Gold right at this moment. That's why I go for the Golden Elite. This probably going to be a great match, all right? A lot of great guys.
Yeah, it's just cool that we get to see Kota Ibushi and Takeshita in a match here in front of this large crowd, Ian. It's a tough one to call.
Yeah, I love both teams. I mean, Bullet Club Gold, especially just with the addition of the Guns, they've become entertaining. I really never knew anything about Juice Robinson before he came into AEW. Huge fan of him. I love all he's doing, but it's not their time right now. The group just got established. Who knows if the Guns are permanent members of the Bullet Club Gold? So they might have loose ends they need to cut off in the Guns, and that could create some storyline there. Golden Elite, they're established, and it's a big win. It's biggest pay-per-view of AEW's career. Might as well give them the win.
Yeah. Erica, before you go, he said he didn't know much about Juice Robinson. Let me jog your memory. Were you around for the CJ Parker days of him in NXT? Or did you start watching after he left?
After.
NXT? Okay. So I go all the way back to Juice was in NXT. He had this hippie gimmick, Ian, where he just had a sign with him at all times. And he was okay in NXT, but he never really got past the mid card, and it was a brief stint. But if you don't, and if you haven't, or you're not familiar with CJ Parker, go ahead and look it up on YouTube right now, because that's where he kind of started. There's your homework for this week. Everybody's homework. Go check it out. But Erica, sorry to cut you off. It's your turn again.
No. I think just right out the gate, I'm taking Golden Elite. I think people waited so long for Kota to come, and now he's here. And in my mind, as hot as the Guns are, and Bullet Club Gold is, I think it's almost like sophomores going against like seniors. And yeah, if the sophomores won, like be a huge upset, and it would kind of like tarnish the seniors a bit. But I just think with these particular 4 seniors, there's no chance. And I think it's the right decision. And I don't really think, I think you can go a lot of places from it, but I don't think it necessarily hurts them. So I'm taking Golden Elite.
Respect your seniors.
I like that comparison there. That was a good one. Tino said so many tag matches. Yeah, there's a lot on this card. Kind said he's taking the Golden Elite for the win here against Bullet Club Gold. And I'm going to have to agree with Kind and with you guys and also go with the Golden Elite. I think with Takeshita teaming with the Bullet Club Gold guys is where you're going to see the friction and maybe the reason they lose this match, just because Takeshita isn't an official member of Bullet Club Gold. I give the edge to the Golden Elite. And at the end of the day, the E in AEW stands for Elite, and it is golden. So it's the biggest show, like you guys were saying. Have a good payoff here. I think we're going to get a lot of feel-good moments leading up into the main event. And then that's when they're just going to throw caution to the wind and go crazy with their booking. But I think the Golden Elite definitely going to pick up the win here and 6-man action. Tino said that Kyle is going way back. Yes, I am. That was from when NXT was on just Hulu, and it wasn't even on the network or on TV. So that was about a decade ago, which is just crazy to think about, that I've been that invested in NXT for that long is pretty crazy. But yeah, that's it for that match. We got another tag match to talk about. We got a couple of tag matches coming up, but the first one we're going to get into is Darby Allin and Sting teaming up in a coffin match to take on the team of Swerve and Christian Cage. Obviously, if you didn't see Dynamite, Swerve kicked AR Fox out of Mogul Embassy, a.k.a. AR Fox can't make the trip over to England, so he can't participate in this match. So insert Christian Cage, big heel right now in AEW. Ian, you can
Path of Cage.
I missed that. It's been a while since I heard that.
Honestly, so when Christian Cage was introduced as that next member, I can't be the only one that was hoping that Sting just turned on Darby, right? Sting was just off in the corner, and I was begging for that Joker Sting. Like I said, Gags, I've been talking about it a lot. Joker Sting, I watched that in TNA. Incredible stuff. I was really praying for that to happen. I still hope it happens. So I think I'm going to take an upset victory here, and I think I'm going to go Cage because I think Sting oh wait, no, Darby has his match at All Out. No, okay, I'll stick to it. I'm going Swerve and Christian Cage. Why not? I would love for Sting to turn on Darby. Yeah, it is weird. It is very weird.
Like a picture says weird. Weird. Just a weird pick, man. You fucking idiot.
You triangle?
Yeah. Hey, I'm NXT champion.
It's so funny.
I've never won.
You probably missed this on the last episode. No, I think I might have said at the talk after we stopped recording last week. I said it would be absolutely hilarious if Erica wins the AEW championship for All In, and she only gets a week to have it, and then loses.
That would be my luck. I'm gonna throw it.
I'm kind of praying for it, Erica. I kind of need it.
When I lose, it's on purpose. Okay, you guys.
Sure.
Right.
Just
all
go.
Right, so,
go. Give me that.
All right, future champ. What you got here?
Well, where's Nick Wayne in all of this?
There's no way.
And AR Fox, right? He got the boot.
Yeah. He can't travel, so
I was gonna say there's no way.
Why can't he travel?
Well, I don't think Nick. I was gonna say I don't think Nick Wayne could travel either. I mean, he's 18 and he's just got into the company, and from what I've heard,
I love that Ian is like 21 and he's like the kid's like 18.
I'm not wrestling. I would be super young to wrestle. No, I'm saying like if you want to travel as a wrestler or an entertainer to get that visa or whatever it's called to get overseas, you have to be established.
Get that visa to go overseas. That was a good one. Come on.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
Chill out, Mario.
Ian went first.
Yeah. He went with Swerve and Christian Cage.
I mean, it's hard to like say like, oh, a coffin match, and Darby's finisher is a coffin drop.
Yeah, well, this is also a good question from Tino. Do both guys have to go into the casket to win?
I think it's just one.
I think it's just one, but it should be both. And it should be both people have to go into the size of a one-person coffin. Let's get weird.
Darby, then Sting.
69 of them in the coffin.
Yeah, it has to. I'm gonna say, well, like also what I don't know. I'm gonna go with Ian. I'm gonna take
Come on.
Wow. What is happening here?
Still in my thunder.
Because what does everybody think? Oh, Darby and
Sting. Yeah.
In this.
Right, Tuck?
The actual tag team. Like,
yes.
Boys.
It's simple. Oh, it's simple. Tuck, we're going to stick together. The OG OTM are going with Sting and Darby, correct?
Yeah, now I'm getting nervous, though. I'm doing the thing.
I'm going nervous with these.
I'm not. But we just put ourselves in a no-win. We're taking the favorites. We strongly worded our opinions. So now when Thing 1 and Goofus 2 over here freaking win, I told you so.
That's going to be worth it alone.
Oh, I'm going to be so excited for that.
All right, chat, pick your side.
Only brings Erica 4 points away from winning the title.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Shots fired.
So
who are you with? The OG OTM crew or the bottom row right here? Pick your side. We are a podcast divided for that match right there. Another tag team match. Go figure. This one is a trios match. You have the trios champions, the House of Black, taking on the Acclaimed with the ass man himself, Billy Gunn, who is still wrestling, apparently. I thought he was retiring, but he is not because he's going to be in action here at All In. Erica, you have the floor. You're up first.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. And I say this with so many picks, and I'm wrong a lot of the time, but I feel it now. I feel it in Wembley. I feel that he's back. I think we've wanted a trios between the three, and now that Daddy Ass is back, Ian.
Sister me, Erica!
Yeah. Can't reach that high.
Yes.
You got it. See, this is why you got to watch live.
Tuck.
We just...
Also,
Here
I'm
we go.
opposite. I'm really trying right now.
It's a scissor party up in here.
That's
I
great.
mirrored it.
I tell you what a 30-second stretch of audio for the pod there. Am I right?
But
I'll
let
tell you what,
alone,
the audio listeners are like, what is happening?
let alone the visual of us.
Gotta watch it live.
Wait, so you're going with the Acclaimed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta pull up this comment from Kine. Ian is a trendsetter, a visionary. Erica sees the vision. Ian the GOAT. Now I want Christian and Swerve to win. This
Kine,
guy's
get
just gonna
Ian-
go with everything.
Get Ian's number. Call him later. Jesus. Keep that out of the comments.
Kine's
bud.
also going with the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn taking the win. I think because Billy Gunn is coming back to wrestle that he wouldn't be coming back to lose. So they like to flip the trios titles frequently. As much as I love the House of Black and what they do, maybe there's bigger things for Brody King. He seems to be the guy that's being highlighted a lot right now in their matches. So maybe he ventures off and does something in singles competition for a little bit. But I'm going to go with new champs as well. I'm going with the Acclaimed, Tucky.
Yeah, I just think with the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass, I just think like 80,000 in Wembley, like let them rip. Let's get weird, you know.
Mhm.
So and that's what it is. The trios titles have not been built to be this mega world title. That is like the car crash division. The matches are going to be great, but you're not necessarily expecting a group of three to like run the show, you
Right.
know. With that being said, like you could see like the Usos and Solo when the Bloodline was the Bloodline running with the
Right.
trio.
Yeah.
It's just, it hasn't been used that way yet, but I think we've come to expect great matches for trios titles, especially. And I think this would be a good match. Interesting with the styles. Billy Gunn, a little bit older, the Acclaimed, and then just the brutality of House of Black. So interested to see how this one shakes out, but I'm also going with the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn.
It's going to be a fun one, Ian. Are you going to make it a sweep or what?
Yeah, obviously I'm going with the
Sleeping.
obvious one. Going with the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn here. Not only are we getting Daddy Ass, we're getting badass Billy Gunn back. As
True.
was said on Dynamite. So I'm excited to see what that means. I mean, I know what it
Badass
means.
Daddy Ass.
Badass. Ooh,
That's
I'm
good.
the
Ooh.
best man.
actually, I like
Bam, bam.
But yeah, with that being said, I mean, I, if it happens at All Out, if they have a rematch at All Out, could see it flip back over. Maybe just get Billy Gunn that cheap little pop at the biggest show of all time in AEW history. So there's not much to lose here. You got to go with the face to win here. Acclaimed.
Another sweep that I did not see coming. Just because the House of Black have been a really good, trio run here. Yeah. So, all right, we're all going with the Acclaimed. We're all getting the scissor party going on here for episode 158. We got 3 more matches. This one is for the real AEW World Championship. Another one of Erica's boys. It's going to be a tough call for her, I know, as Samoa Joe challenges CM Punk here at All In. Ian, are you first up here? I forgot where we're at in
You
the...
went last. I went first last time.
Yeah, should be you guys.
You went first last time, so it is me. I'm going CM Punk. I just think that he is probably going to be one of, if not the main event of All Out, since it's happening in Chicago. And it wouldn't make much sense for him to lose that title and then have a match at All Out for the title once again. I think he's going to retain, maybe face somebody different, keep this real AEW story going, because if he loses it, then the narrative of the real championship doesn't really make sense. So I'm going with CM Punk to retain here over Samoa Joe. I think it's going to be a very good match. Obviously, we know CM Punk hasn't gotten many wins against Samoa Joe, so this would be a big one here at Wembley, Tuck.
I agree. I'm intrigued. Like, is it going to stay the real heavyweight title? Is it a gimmick title? I think
Right.
CM Punk wins and rides the momentum into Chicago.
Ian?
Yeah, I think this one's pretty straightforward. You're going to have a great match out of it. You've had a feud for however long it's been, probably 20 years at
Decades.
this point now.
Yeah.
So, again, great match. I think Punk retains. There's no harm done to Samoa Joe, and I think there's much more to be said about the real title.
Yeah. Erica?
Yeah, I mean, I always pull for Joe, but I think Punk has more to lose from this. And like Ian said, if, no offense, Joe wins it, okay, then that's the real title. But I think that there is more to it, more to come from it, especially going into Chicago. I think Punk needs that to ride that wave and see what comes from it. So the match was a little bit confusing, but I'm looking forward to what comes after this match.
Yeah, I thought maybe because he's still ROH World Champion, isn't he?
Television champion, right?
Television champion. Okay. So I thought maybe that's what it was going to be for originally, but it kind of got switched up last minute. I don't know. I've been catching Collision on DVR, so I don't really pay attention to everything. But Kind said he is going with CM Punk for this. He thinks for how big the stage is, what a momentum win would bring for him. Punk definitely taking the W. Yeah, he needs momentum going into Chicago. He needs to be that guy at All Out because we're not really sure what matches are going to take place the next weekend because it's literally 1 week after All In. It's going to be really difficult. And I think when I watched Steve stream SCW Steve earlier today, somebody in the comments section brought up, remember when Payback was 1 week after SummerSlam during COVID?
Oh,
That's what this feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just have to rush and figure out what you're doing the next week. It's just.
And I feel like they're still kind of doing that for All In, like with the Ray Phoenix thing, and there's kind of like not so sloppily, but I think that there's a couple of things still up in the air. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
shouldn't have said.
We will find out. One match I didn't put on the graphic. I don't know how I forgot about it. Maybe it's because of the out of the ring stuff that happened, or at least came out into the news this past weekend between FTR and the Young Bucks. It's going to be for the AEW tag team titles. This is basically the rubber match too. They're at one apiece in the matches that they've had. Two of the best tag teams in AEW and possibly the world here. Tucky, you get to lead us off for this one. One match that definitely can go either way.
All right. Is it kind of weird with the Dax Harwood stuff? Do we know more about that?
Cash Wheeler.
No.
It was Cash Wheeler that was in the news, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the other one. Oh, Cash,
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
What is going on with that? Do we know?
So that happened not last week, and the news just came out last weekend. It happened, I believe, a month ago. I read a little bit about it. He pulled out a gun in a road rage incident. He obviously didn't do anything with it, but it didn't become public knowledge until last weekend.
Oh.
And Tony's kind of like,
I feel like he shouldn't have this match.
It's
or
weird.
be in this match. You know?
It's also kind of odd, like, you could still travel across. You could still travel internationally. Like,
even though you just pulled out a gun on someone.
Like, there's so much, like, left open that should probably be like, oh, Nick Wayne can't go. Ray Phoenix, you know what I mean? Like, all these people that can't go, but it's just like, and listen, I love Cash. I gave you guys my personal opinion on him, but thinking about it, I'm like, that's a little odd.
Yeah,
I'm going Young
I
Bucks.
wonder.
Oh.
What do you say?
You are.
Yeah,
going Young Bucks.
Young Bucks win it. Tag straps are off of FTR. Let the heat cool down. Like,
smart.
It'll be a great match.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be fantastic, right, Ian?
Yeah, I also go to the Young Bucks. I've said it before, and I don't know if I had so much believability in my statement. I said FTR was losing their steam, and I think this just kind of hit at the right time. Well, this is not at the right time with Cash Wheeler.
Yeah.
Never going to be the right time, but like, yeah, like you said, Tuck, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, get him off TV. Just send him over to ROH maybe if we need to. Build off that steam, let all that settle, because I don't have an opinion on what happened with Cash, because we really don't know the backstory of what happened. We just
We
know
don't know
what
details.
he did.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hold my opinion on it. But yeah, I think Young Bucks, in all fairness, I think they deserve it. Get some gold on the Golden Elite and bring it back home.
Well, let me ask you and Tuck this before Erica goes. If that news never came out, would you still be going with the Young Bucks here?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Really? So that influenced your pick?
It does influence my pick.
Okay.
Because I think I don't think the Young Bucks. I think it does more for FTR and their tag team run because maybe the Young Bucks don't need it. But I think it makes sense to have the Young Bucks win too. Like we're back, we made this return. We had we're pretty far away from the last year at All Out stuff,
Yeah.
And, a year later, they make their triumphant return and win the tag titles in front of 80,000 people with the company they started,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. Erica, I just realized too that we're going to see you in a week, and that made me.
I was going to say next time I see you guys.
Unfortunately, Tucky won't be with us, but Ian, myself, and Vogus will be at All Out. So if you're going to All Out, reach out to us. Maybe we can snap a pick or something. But Erica, what is your pick for Young Bucks versus FTR?
In a culmination of what these two have already said, I think I'm taking the Bucks, not a think. Like Ian said, I think FTR, the fans have become fickle towards FTR.
Fickle.
The collision that I was at a few weeks ago, I mean, I cheer for FTR always, but Dax tweeted afterwards and he was like, we just did this for you guys. It was like 60-minute match maybe the week before. And he's like, and now you guys are booing us. And it's true. I don't know if it has anything to do with maybe his social media presence, whatever it is. I think that these are two teams that have made the AEW tag belts mean the most. And I think you could have, bounced them back and forth between the two and it would have kind of played out. But I think that the Bucks have, in a positive way, cooled off enough that putting it on them, especially now with the cash stuff, it's the right time. And Tuck, like you said, having it be the company that they helped build, the company that they helped birth, it being at like the biggest show in Wembley, giving them that win, I just think it just, everything is just like clicking.
Another thing too that we didn't even talk about, who would be next in the tag to even dethrone FTR?
If not FTR, right?
That's not in a trio already.
Not the Lucha Brothers because they're in a story.
BCC's
in a story. The Acclaim's in the trios. House of Black's in the trios. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. And I mean, Young Bucks, they are credible. No one would die.
What if the Golden Elite do win their trios match, a pairing of the Golden Elite faces off against the Young Bucks next? I know that's not what you were asking, but I'm just starting to think ahead here now. Little friction between the Elite. I think that could be something. But Eric, I don't need to say much because I think Erica pretty much, you guys all summarized it up pretty well for why the Young Bucks are going to win. I thought the Young Bucks were going to win even before all this FTR news came out last weekend. So I'm going to stick to my guns here. I actually want the Young Bucks to win. I never thought I would say that. I've gone on record saying I'm not a fan of the Young Bucks, but I want them to win just because I think that the tag team division needs new champions. And like Tuck said, keep FTR off TV for a little bit. Let that cool off for a couple of months or so. So we're all going with the Young Bucks. We have two more matches to talk about. This one for the Women's World Championship. It is a fatal four-way between the champion Shida, Toni Storm, Saraya, and Britt Baker, DMD. Who gets to start this one off? I forgot once again, guys. You gotta forgive me.
This is me.
All right, go ahead.
This one is one of the most unpredictable ones because in like just a smart decision to be like Shida retains. I mean, that would be the, I guess, smart decision, but I'm not about being smart. I'm not a smart guy. I'm gonna go with Saraya here. I think there's something to be built from it. I always like seeing that in what you could build from a title win or a retain. Britt Baker's come out and said she doesn't want to win the title anymore. She said she's done her part, but I don't know. Women's division isn't as built as she may think it is. So I think there's something to build with it. With the what are they called? The Saraya's team?
Social Outcasts.
Outsiders. Right.
Whatever.
Outside, so
No,
then,
it's
yeah,
the
whatever.
Outcast.
Okay.
It is, okay.
I think there's something to build from that. I think you could turn Saraya face with this win and have the team turn
It's
on
our
her.
home country.
It's her home country as well. So it's going to be an easy pop. So I think Saraya wins the title.
It sucks that Jamie Hayter's not in this match, though. Man, Jamie Hayter would have got such a great reaction. But Soraya's probably going to get one, too. Erica, what you think about this one?
Does Jamie Hayter come out and cost Saraya the match?
I don't think she's physically able to.
I don't think she's there yet, yeah.
No.
Just boot her in the face. I just feel bad because I guess I thought that Saraya would win. I just think it's just such classic wrestling like trope that like you're in your home country and it's for the title or it's a big match and we give you the win. And I don't discredit anything that she's done or will do by saying give you the win. But I also kind of feel bad for Shida because she was champ during COVID when there were no fans. And now this would be her run, like her not redemption run, but like a chance to be a people's champion. To have
She could win it back in a week. Saraya gets the pop, give it back to Shida, go on your run, homie. Like
I know. Could you see that though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And with the schedule that they got set up, yes, they might do something like that.
I know, but I just think about what people want, and I don't know. But I will just say, hometown love, give it to Saraya. I don't know. Also, just to keep her quiet and satisfied. But then there was the her and Tony thing, and I don't know. But I'll just go with Saraya.
I'll tell you who it shouldn't be. It definitely shouldn't be Toni Storm. She's had her runs recently, and I don't think it should be Shida. I think Shida's that transitional champion to get to the next point. I think that next point needs to be a star. AEW women's division lacks stars. Saraya and Britt Baker are the true stars of their women's division currently. You can't go wrong giving the belt to either one of them. I was surprised to hear you guys say Saraya's name, just because there really hasn't been enough steam behind Saraya recently on AEW television. But the moment just seems too perfect for her. I think you need that star to take the belt, have her run with it, and probably have a lengthy run. I think that title could benefit from a lengthy title run. Saraya would be a perfect person to put that on. She's been there before. She's a veteran. I wouldn't be mad if Britt won. She's my favorite in this match, obviously. So that'd be cool to see her have a match at All Out. But I'm also going to go with Saraya to become the new AEW Women's Champion. I think it would be one hell of a moment at Wembley Stadium. What do you think, Tuck?
I agree. Britt Baker is also my favorite of this cast and crew, but I'm going with Saraya as well.
I was not expecting us to be in agreement.
I just think you have options.
We're in London.
Big stadium, London pop. You could flip it if you want. You could have her challenge Shida right away, put that to bed, but give Shida a good match out of it. There is a lot of stuff you can do, and that's why, again, if Shida wins, who does she have a match at All In or All Out? Like, who does she face? There's not kind of like a sensible direction. I just think there's more to do with Saraya, and again, it wouldn't be the first time like a less than stellar white hot build resulted in a new champion, right? Like this could be the springboard, and what a place to do it.
I mean,
that's a good.
She's needed some.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mean, she really hasn't had a big ass build to win this title. But I think they don't really need it with in front of the England crowd. I think Tony's smart enough to know that the fans are going to cheer her on. They're going to want.
She's
her
a big enough name.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's something I don't think you really need to build with it. I mean, personally on TV, I'd like to see a build and some storyline with it, but we don't get those with women.
Maybe you will after she wins the title.
Maybe.
Plus, I think that in the most kindest way possible, sometimes I think that Tony Khan likes to give like a fuck you, like, and do for the ex WWE stars.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not that he's giving her a handout, but I just think he would take joy in her being, and I think she would fit. And it's nothing against Shida, but like having Saraya on the mic every week talking her shit, even if she's not wrestling a ton, she's got her minions, and then yeah. So I think she's a smart choice for it.
Tuck, you made a good point. Like, if Shida does retain the title here, I don't see her getting a match at all. And I think we need a women's title match at All Out, and the only way to do that is probably getting a new champion and for Shida to get that rematch like you were talking about. So I just wanted to bring that up again. I think that was a very good point, and that's why maybe all of us are going with Saraya. But we have one more match to talk about. It is the main event. You already know what's going down. It is the champ, MJF, taking on the challenger, Adam Cole, baby!
Hey!
Still won't.
It's going to be a good one. I'm very excited for it. Obviously, it's the match I'm most looking forward to. Erica, I'm sorry I have to do this to you, but you are technically up first. You are technically first in the order. I didn't plan it that way, but I know this one is very difficult to call.
Let me ask what we're doing here. Every time I say.
What have we been doing for the last hour? What do you mean?
No, I know what she's talking. She's going to talk about the predictions. Are you picking who retains?
Who will be announced as the winner of the match?
So even if MJF low blows Adam Cole and you picked MJF, Adam Cole gets the win. You didn't win.
St. Louis Royal Rumble, January 22. Seth Rollins beat Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns retained. Those that chose Seth Rollins won.
Last night I watched a match. Last night I watched a match that ended in DQ, and I was very confused. And I said, "Why did she not win?" And my friend goes, "Is this your first time watching wrestling? Did you ever see? Did you ever watch? You ever watch?
Ever heard of a DQ?"
I was like, and the wheels started like clicking. I'm like, "All right, yeah, you're right."
First off, let me ask you this to make it easier for you, Erica. Are either one of them turning on each other? Or are they just going to come out of this shake hands, kumbaya?
No, I think if anything happens, it's Adam Cole turning on MJF. I think MJF has started this, not face turn. I will never trust him 100%. I'll never trust him like 80%. I've been seeing some things that he's been tweeting. This guy and his son met him, and yeah, Max like maybe gave the finger to the camera or it was something, but he like retweeted it and like made a comment and was like, just, I don't know. There's a change happening in him. Maybe it does end kumbaya. I just don't think that the evil comes from MJF. I think he's like building towards this face, and maybe he needs, it's just crazy that this is happening on Sunday.
Right.
Where we've gotten here so fast. I'm taking MJF. A man that I was terrified for the whole time that I knew of his existence. I used to say I never want him to know that I exist because I never want him to say shit about me. But yeah, I think pure little Adam Cole will be the one to turn. I don't know if it happens on Sunday, but I think MJF retains.
This is one of the hardest matches I've had to predict in the past calendar year, honestly. Because I could easily see MJF retaining, going back to his heelish ways and holding that belt until his contract is up on January 1st, 2024. I think that's a great story to tell. And I think it's a story they might want to tell. But at the end of the day, this dynamic between MJF and Adam Cole has been so captivating that I think you have to pull the trigger right now and swap the belt. I think Adam Cole is the one, yeah. I agree with Erica, that is going to be the bad guy in this situation. I think we have too vulnerable of an MJF. We've never seen this side of him.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to stay. And I think he's going to be devastated to find out that his friend and maybe some cronies like Roderick Strong that were with him the entire way, just playing along, are the reason that Adam Cole becomes the AEW World Heavyweight
And MJF
champion.
has no friends.
Correct. And so that's what I think is going to happen. I think Adam Cole's going to be the heel in this situation, walk away with the title at All In.
Wow.
Tuck,
do the awful arm thing that I hate when he does it. I don't know why, but I hate it. And if I was Britt Baker, I would say, stop doing that. His arms just like, they're not short. They just look awful. And I hate it.
He's got skinny boys.
Yeah.
It gives me the ick.
She's got an ick.
Okay. That is going to be something I key in on in the main event here. How long is this fucking show going to be?
It's a good
Well, it's during the day, so at least that's good. I'm going to be watching it at night, so it's not good for me.
I know, but I have to be in bed by 9 p.m. That's only 11 hours.
Oh.
I'm concerned.
Maybe get a blank VHS to tape the rest.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I definitely have a lot of those laying around for sure. I'm going MJF.
Oh.
Why?
because I like him.
Oh,
Yeah, get fucked.
That's your reasoning? I don't like the pick. I'm just
not
saying.
bad.
It's not-
Okay.
Fair
You
enough.
have your opinion. I've got mine.
Agree to disagree. But Kine also said if Ian had 1 million fans, I'm one of them.
Oh my
If
god!
he has 10 fans, I'm one of them. If he has 1 fan, that's me. If he has 0 fans, then I'm no longer on Earth. And if the world is against him, then I'm against the world.
Kind, I have a
Thoughts?
question. Is that your dog in a ghost costume?
Is it? I can't even tell.
Kine's made my week.
I'm intrigued.
Kine's made my week. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
How are you going to pick this match after such a kind comment?
gonna pick it happily. I'm gonna pick it very
Kind.
smile on my face.
Weird.
I thought this was gonna turn into a clean sweep. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as you two started picking them, I got scared. This is the one time that I hated going last because I was like, oh man, okay,
He's going to join me.
going with Adam Cole, baby.
Baby!
I mean, so here's the thing too. I think it was just kind of a nail in the coffin when it was the DQ. If you win by DQ, then Adam Cole would win. Yeah. So if MJF turned on Adam Cole with the DQ, yeah, Adam Cole would win. So I think this is a win-win. I confused myself there.
And me.
Don't worry about it.
Who wins?
He was doing some kind of math.
I was.
He was doing
It was like that GIF where there's just equations above each.
He was doing Steiner math right there, and
I was.
It's
Yeah.
a grind.
I mean, I think just with interviews and everything backstage, they've really sold it with Adam Cole just subtly just saying, yeah, I know I'm still aware of MJF being a guy that would turn on him. And I genuinely think MJF, his character, likes Adam Cole. And I think he genuinely thinks they're friends.
yeah.
This is going to be one hell of a baby face for MJF.
It's going to be a great
I'm so excited for that. And
It's like, yeah.
it's going to be even better if he doesn't have the title, which I think he loses at All In.
Kine said it is his cousin's dog, unfortunately, Erica. Not
Very
his
cute. Is
pup.
it a golden or a lab?
Is it unfortunate because he wants the dog, or is it like an unfortunate situation that like it's his cousin's dog, like his human is his cousin? Unreliable. I don't know.
I think.
I guess we'll never know. So believe it or not, that is the entire card. I know there was a lot on there. AEW typically
It
loads
took us
up
an
their
hour
card.
and an hour and 12
Believe it or
minutes to
not,
talk
we
about
have no
it.
voices left.
How
but
long
we
is
still
the show going to be?
Yeah, we spent a lot of time talking about it. And then next week, we are going to be talking about All Out and Payback. So a lot to look forward to. And there may even be another special guest next week. So stay tuned for that announcement on our social media accounts. But we are an hour and 12 minutes in. Shout out to you that have stuck around with us, through thick and thin here. But it is time to give out the MVM of OTM. And I'm not really sure why Ian is already standing. He doesn't know who is going to win the MVM.
He did this whole podcast in jeans.
I did.
Look
They're
at this
very
guy.
toasty.
Damn.
Ian, I'll let you announce the MVM.
Wait, and new MVM of the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, Kine.
Kine's cousin's dog.
Congrats to Kine's cousin's dog.
It's my MVM.
KCD.
Erica, did you win an MVM back in the day or no?
Yes, I have several stickers. One is on my. Oh, you can't show you. I was gonna say one's on my laptop. Look at it. Can't show you. And the other I'm saving because I'm that kid that had anxiety about putting stickers on things. So I'm savoring it.
That makes sense. I got a bunch of stickers on mine, and now it just looks like shit.
I could send you another one. I know a guy.
Oh, yeah, that is true. The guy in the pink shirt on the screen right now might have more stickers.
Never met him.
Not pink. Heather red.
There's no way.
Heather red.
Heather red.
The MVM said the greatest announcement of all time. He loved that.
Hey,
shout out to Kine.
Ian.
It's the greatest announcement for the greatest MVM of all time. So,
bro, smoke each other later.
Kiss.
Stop.
Kiss. Just kidding.
No, we appreciate him, and we appreciate everybody that tuned in here along for the ride. It was definitely a long episode. Erica, it's always a pleasure to get you back on the show. Do you have any final remarks before you see us in a week?
I loved it. I was going to say I would have been your special guest next week, but I'll be traveling to Hoffman Estates to hang out with you two fools.
To celebrate my birthday.
Do we want to we want to briefly go over numbers for those shows coming up?
Sure.
We've got Dynamite and Collision. We've got All Out. Dynamite we have in Hoffman Estates. Only 2,800 tickets sold right now for that.
Ooh.
Is it a 3,000 arena?
It's fit for 4,400 right now. So 1,600 open seats for Dynamite on the 30th. AEW Collision is currently being held at the United Center Saturday, September 2nd. 9,000 seats, 9,100 seats for the setup. They currently have 3,800 tickets sold.
Oh my God.
So we got some work to do, huh?
All Out's doing okay.
We need to go.
set up for 10.5.
I was going to say, when I was buying All Out tickets, it looked like a lot were already snatched up.
Yeah, there a lot of resellers, but that one's pretty good. 8,900. It's almost 9,000. So they've that All Out should be decent. The other two shows, not great.
They still got some time though, so maybe if they do something interesting at All In, to get people excited, then they'll put some more butts in seats. But our tickets were like $30, I think, and then after tax, it came out to like 50. So I mean, we're not anywhere close. We're in the balcony, but just we're in the building.
I was gonna say too. Chicago's been treated so well with pro wrestling lately. Maybe they finally burned the holes in our pockets a little bit too much already. So,
are you speaking from experience? Not like you're down a couple $100 or something?
No,
that was a Detroit problem.
I made money there.
That is true. He did make money, and he still couldn't pay me money.
No, I couldn't. Got car payments. Somebody's got to be an adult around here.
He's got bills.
Yeah,
so do I. But he is just it's his first
Kyle
job
is
out of
sneaky
college.
good at being an adult. Okay,
He is.
What do you mean sneaky?
Like
do I present myself as someone that wouldn't have it all together?
Yeah, you look like a total turd, but you're really good at being.
Well,
My credit score is in the 800s. I don't need to brag, but
okay.
You're what? Your
I don't wanna
STD
brag.
score is in the 800s?
His
No.
STD score?
What?
Super tough dude?
this is breaking down so bad.
This is when you know we're past the hour mark. Erico, thanks for stopping by. Tucky, why don't you send us home?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great time to be a wrestling fan. This weekend, we've got AEW All In coming up. Don't forget to head over to our predictions page that will be posted on our Twitter very shortly. While you're waiting for us to post the predictions page, visit onthemarkwrestlingpodcast.com. Buy all the merch you can. Use code ALLIN, 10% off. And then there's a book you could buy on Amazon. Just saying, Food Fights. Ladies and gentlemen,
about that book.
Oh, come on. It's available. Food Fights, Jim Tucker. It's a great book. It is going crazy in a very few elementary school classrooms right now. So we got the buzz is building. It's great. Make sure you cop your copy. I do really appreciate the enthusiasm you guys are showing with that. It does make me feel special. I really appreciate
My
that.
screen is mirrored, so I'm very confused. I think I'm doing this right.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the On the Mark Wrestling
Podcast.